summary cases, not notorious criminals, but summary cases. So we had to verify the names and the type of offense those suspects have been implicated or been charged with. So as soon as that is out, we will definitely inform the public of how many and confirm the figure that escaped, and also the names and the type of offense each of those criminals or the suspects actually committed while they are still waiting in court to appear in court or to go to Buemo. So that will be verified later. As I speak to you, the team is going to double check on that information so that the information is accurate for the public consumption and also for unfolding to our hierarchies.
The hacksaw that was believed to have been used could potentially have been attached to a makeshift handle like a toothbrush or a small stick and used to cut through the wrought iron. It would have taken painstaking hours to cut through the bars.
When you look at the opening of the cell where they actually cut open, you can see that it was done over a period of time without noticing until everything was ready to go, and then they went.
Kunyamban said the discovery was made during the 2 a.m. cell inspection, outlining that the breakout was during a time when police personnel rotate shifts. Cells are not inspected hourly but at 2-hour intervals, with Kunyanban saying the remandis know the timing of the change in shift. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
The 2025 Pacific Education Ministers' Conference concluded on a high note yesterday. 18 education ministers from the Pacific, including stakeholders, civil society organizations, banks, and others, commended the hospitality of Papua New Guineans and outcome of the discussions about education in the region. Second Pacific Education Ministers meeting, PNG Education Minister Lucas Dekena was satisfied as the host of the meeting.
We have had a successful CPM meeting, and I believe all our delegates have enjoyed this. Thank you to all the people of Papua New Guinea for the hospitality. This is what I gathered from the colleague ministers from around the Pacific. So I wish to let the people of Papua New Guinea know that they appreciate our hospitality.
Co-chair and University of South Pacific Vice-Chancellor, Professor Paul Aluwalia, shared that the conference was not only represented by 18 ministers, but also civil society organizations, universities, United Nations agencies, the World Bank, ADB, and a lot of stakeholders.
A lot of stakeholders who throughout the Pacific have been very important to creating a robust education framework. And one of the biggest commitments that the ministers made in this communique is the commitment that the Pacific Regional Education Framework, PACREF, will be the mechanism through which these commitments will be carried out, and they've empowered PACREF to continue doing the work it does, and also to make sure that PACREF actually takes forward several of the key recommendations that have been carried out.
CPEM is the body within the Pacific which will lead future discussions about the regional notion of how education is approached collectively as a body.
CPAM will also feed into the Pacific Island Leaders meeting, which will be held later in the Solomon Islands this year. And CPAM has been very lucky because the Prime Minister himself said to the ministers that he would champion the discussions that have happened here and the decisions that have been taken, and he would be the person who would lead that into the leaders' meeting in September in the Solomon Islands.
The lack of teachers in the Pacific region was highlighted as one of the several pressing education challenges in the Pacific region. This was stressed during the 3-day 2025 Pacific Education Ministers Conference that concluded yesterday. According to Lowy Institute, education outcomes in the Pacific region are faltering, with participation in formal education declining. The 2025 Pacific Education Ministers Conference took time to deliberate on this concern. Co-chair and University of South Pacific Vice-Chancellor, Professor Paul Aluwalia outlined that the conference made a commitment to look into this issue.
Our biggest concern as a region has been the shortage of teachers, and the ministers really committed to supporting teachers in the region. And a lot of discussion happened and a lot of commitment has happened to making sure that we shore up our teachers, we make sure that teachers are recognized for what they do.
He further elaborated on several approaches that were discussed during CPEM and how each Pacific country will deal with the issue of teacher shortage.
There are several approaches that have been taken, which will sit under the high level. We've asked the PACREF to prepare more detailed papers so that we can consider this. There are all kinds of different approaches that are being thought of. One is to increase the retirement age, because some of our best teachers are being lost due to retirement age. Opportunities to think about accelerating teacher training component, that we have to make education a more prestigious qualification for people to aspire to. That we need to make sure that we're getting the best students from schools to come to university to study.
Apart from teacher shortage, other concerns were raised around indigenous knowledge, culture and languages, concerns about the use of AI and the deployment of ICT, inclusive education, early childhood, pathways to flexible learning, and other pressing issues in the Pacific region.
And this is not the first time I've been talking about making the teaching profession prestigious, so that we attract, and we are attractive, the teaching profession is attractive, we attract the best students from our school system.
Furthermore, it was announced yesterday that the next Pacific Education Ministers Conference will be in 2027 in the Marshall Islands. Recommendations from CPEM 2025 will be assessed then. World Vision, in partnership with the Education Department, will celebrate World Water Day tomorrow under the WASH program. Schools in NCD will observe the day with various activities in line with the theme Glacier Preservation. Consortium coordinator of World Vision, Turea Wickham, explains how this theme applies to other regions, including the Pacific, and how they can participate.
Linking glaciers to the tropics, it can be difficult if one is not aware of the interconnectedness of the, let's say, the water cycle. But I'm sure everyone has sort of gone through, ice melts and then comes down into the rivers and evaporates, and then the whole cycle happens again. So the role that glacier preservation plays, especially in a country like Papua New Guinea, what impact does that have? So glaciers basically serve as natural reservoirs for water. They hold a lot of that water in ice. Now, with climate change, a lot of those glaciers are melting, and what the actual impact that has is on us as a country in the tropics that doesn't usually have snow, is that impacts on sea level rises, saltwater intrusion, like Amos mentioned, and all of that has different impacts in our communities.
Digicel PNG has come on board as a platinum sponsor to the 2025 Hirimwale Festival, with the announcement of over 500,000 kina in cash and kind to support the festival. Digicel continues to support this festival to preserve the cultural heritage and legacy of the Motu Koita people. According to Lowy Institute, education outcomes in the Pacific region are faltering, with participation in formal education declining. The 2025 Pacific Education Ministers Conference took time to deliberate on this concern. And we apologize for the technical issues. You're watching Tvwan News. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Banking used to mean long trips, endless queues, and piles of paperwork. But now, BSP's One Talk Wallet means no waits, no forms, no fuss. No BSP account needed. Just dial *131# to access your money wherever, whenever. Send, receive funds, withdraw cash at an ATM without a bank card, pay for school fees, and make top-up purchases safely and securely. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectation.
It's back to school with Lay Biscuits. We're giving away a massive 100,000 kina cash gift voucher to help you kickstart the year. We've got prizes up for grabs from 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and a whopping 5,000 kina cash gift voucher. Here's how to enter. Spend 10 kina or more on any Lay Biscuit product. Write the contact details on the back of the receipt for your chance to win. Promotion starts on the 10th of February and ends on the 4th of April. Fresh draw on the 11th of April and the major draw on the 16th of April. See selected stores nationwide. Terms and conditions apply.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, or maybe not.
Bing bang ding, bum bum.
Raise your bat, and why not? What a stage to turn on the magic.
Balls of beauty. He's definitely need to calm down here.
Quick play the ball, charging hard, Tino! Holger, he beats Amarillo. Yeah, guys, he saves pace. They do grab more points.
Welcome back. A business breakfast with Westpac was hosted yesterday at the Lay Yacht Club. Members of the Lay Chamber of Commerce and Industry were briefed on events in the global market that would have an impact on PNG, particularly developments in the U.S. government policy. Representatives from different business houses in Lay Morbe province attended a breakfast meeting with Westpac yesterday, where senior economist Pacific Justin Smirk briefed them on the current trends in the global financial market and the impact of changes in U.S. government policies. The event was facilitated by the Lay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, with President John Bryn outlining that their discussions evolved around the global economic market, particularly U.S. tariffs and subsequent challenges, especially how the PNG market would be affected. Bryn stressed that every country is developing just like PNG. Hence, the impact of what we control or can control balances off other economies. He alluded to the potential PNG has for growth and highlighted the need to introduce tools and programs and run them ourselves to better equip our people in agriculture like coffee and cocoa farmers. The government today confirmed that it has allocated 180 million kina for the conduct of both LLG elections and by-elections for 5 districts this year. Minister responsible Richard Masere revealed this in Parliament during question time today, while also acknowledging the government's obligation to settle all outstanding bills from service providers in the 2022 national election.
Assumed at almost 11 a.m. this morning due to a lack of quorum. And when it started, his CP Governor Alan Bed opened question time with a question to the Minister for Administrative Services and Minister assisting the Prime Minister on Constitutional Matters, Richard Masere, about the LLG elections, funding availability and outstanding bills from service providers for services rendered during the 2022 elections and the 2024 national census.
Me understand also, you got a budget below close to, I think, 120 million belong LLG elections. You can confirm him this plan, no got. Number one, ask him. Number two, ask him, also, enough you talk sabe long, all people belong. You mean long Papua New Guinea whether this all get a money or line long electoral commission ikisim penis or no got. You got all outstanding bills where electoral commission ibini come long conducting 2022 elections. Now only go now only obtaining services from man merilo place only kisim all speedboat, only kisim all car, even private car, or kisim plan it through. Now only no been paying all this bills now only outstanding yet is that.
Minister for Administrative Services Richard Masere in response was happy to announce a funding allocation of 180 million kina for both LLG elections and by-elections.
So out of that 180 million that's been allocated in that submission, 156 million kina has been allocated to the for the LLG election, and 26 million kina has been allocated for the 5 by-elections. The 5 by-elections will include Aitapelumi, Usino Bundi, Kaboom, Central Bougainville, and Pogera Paala, which will all take place shortly.
In answering questions about the outstanding bills from service providers, Masere said he is well aware of this and continues to push for these bills to be settled.
We continue to write into Treasury to remind the Treasury Department that we have an obligation as a government to offset some of those outstanding claims, because that's always going to be an issue when it comes to major events, and it can have a tendency to have an impact on effectively delivering some of these important events.
For expenses incurred during the 2024 census, he said he had issued directives during the start of the census for his teams to utilize provincial government vehicles to conduct the census. However, some teams may have used hire cars, and he says he has requested for an audit report to be presented to him, but also stated the government's commitment to settle outstanding bills in this area.
Once I'm satisfied with that audit report, and I'm sure that it is, we will then clear, we have 3 million there, we will clear some of the outstanding claims, and whatever that shortfall, I will then request Treasury to assist us to ensure that we clear all these outstanding claims that are pending. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
The Coffee Ministry, under the leadership of Minister William Bando, is set to revolutionize the coffee sector to ensure funding reaches smallholder and blockholder coffee farmers. Minister Bando revealed an ambitious plan where a green gold card concept will be introduced to ensure funding reaches farmers. 10 million kina has been budgeted for farmers to access through this program.
When the Coffee Minister was asked today on the government's commodity freight subsidy program, Coffee Minister William Bando was a little emotional as he described how farmers are not able to reach the markets due to dilapidated road conditions, and went further to call on the government to prioritize these economic roads under the Connect PNG program.
The epicenter of coffee is in Eastern Highlands. And sometimes I tend to wonder, and the questions that have been asked on this floor, on the Connect PNG program, that there are places in Eastern Highlands where 70 to 80% of our coffee come from. Similarly to Wellpump, to Cocoa, to Copra. These are the places that we need to connect them up with road. The Connect PNG program. Connect PNG program funding. Connect PNG program funding is not a funding to connect from one district to another within a province.
He then highlighted his ministry's plans to introduce programs that will help farmers access funding for freight support.
We will introduce what we call a green gold card. That card operates on a similar platform as the visit arrivals card. When you when you go out of the country or any visitors that come into the country, they complete a form called the arrival card. Now, it's the same card, same principles, but we will extend it to include the name of the village, the council word, the LLG, the district, and the province where that farmer is from. We will also include the bank account details of that particular farmer.
Every time a farmer sells coffee, whether it is green or dried beans, to buyers, he or she fills out a form that will be put there by CIC. CIC then keeps all the data and will be able to identify who the real farmers are and provide them funding from the 10 million Kenya prize support money.
Every month, that form will be remitted to the CIC. That card will be picked up, will be lodged at the CIC, and CIC will enter it into a database that we are developing. And then, at the end of each month, you get a printout of who is the real coffee farmer out there. That individual by name, by account details, by council word, by LLG, by district, and by province. So we as politicians, it's a rare opportunity that's been created by coffee that we can tap into the CIC system, and then you get a printout every month, and you will see who the coffee farmers are there. And this can be emulated into oil palm, into cocoa, into copra.
Bando described this as a paradigm shift and is certain this will work for the benefit of rural farmers. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
Back to our earlier story, Digicel PNG has come on board as a platinum sponsor to the 2025 Hirimwale Festival with the announcement of over 500,000 kina in cash and kind to support the festival. Digicel continues to support this festival to preserve the cultural heritage and legacy of the Motu Koitabu people.
Digicel PNG Senior Vice President Lorna McPherson, Motu Koita Assembly CEO Marikila, the 2025 Irianenamo contestants, and other executives were present to witness the ceremony. McPherson, in announcing Digicel's sponsorship, highlighted Digicel's commitment to supporting this festival and help preserve the Motuan people's cultural heritage for generations to come. She also stressed on the importance of contributing to the development of human capital of the Motuan people, ensuring that vulnerable women are given chance to education and a voice through this platform.
Well, I remember going down to Sir Moya Way's place and learning about the herry trade and the voyages and how it all comes together. And when we capture it in such a traditional event like that, it's something that we as Digicel want to be part of, and it's something we're really proud, and we really thank everybody for having us. We really, really, really feel that we are long-term partners as well. And this year, I think, as Digicel, we're privileged to be a platinum partner and sponsor of the Hirimwale Festival, and also the official telecommunications partner too. Our donation and contribution is around about over 500,000 kina, and that's made up of cash and kind as well.
CEO of Motu Koita Assembly, Marikila, thanked Digicel for its support, highlighting how it has assisted the viewership through its telecommunication space, boosting the growth of this festival.
The viewership of the Hirimwale Festival has increased because of the big support, the massive support that Digicel PNG has been able to provide for us. And once again, for 2025 HMF, we want to make it known that it is not only us celebrating the tapestry, the culture, the rich culture of Motu Koita people and the trade between the people of Gulf, but this year's event coincides with the 50th independence of Papua New Guinea.
The 2025 Hirimwale Festival will take place from April 3rd to 6th and end with the Irianenamo crowning at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. Ruth Rungola, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2467 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2392 $0.3772 Australian dollars, €0.2127 euro, and 35.24 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except gold and cocoa closed lower. And on the stock market, The Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed higher. This is TV1 News. We'll have news abroad when we return. Stay with us.
Banking used to mean long trips, endless queues, and piles of paperwork. But now, BSP's One Talk Wallet means no waits, no forms, no fuss. No BSP account needed. Just dial *131# to access your money wherever, whenever. Send, receive funds, withdraw cash at an ATM without a bank card, pay for school fees, and make top-up purchases safely and securely. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Talk Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Hi, with the help of Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner, with these 3 quick and easy tips, I'm going to show you that more natural, beautiful hair is achievable. Step 1, massage your scalp during washing with shampoo. Step 2, apply conditioner to the tips of your hair. Step 3, gently towel dry your hair. There you have it. For natural, beautiful hair, use Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner. Have a great hair day.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
The world comes to party and play.
It's about flair.
Extraordinary stuff.
It's electric.
Carlos came to play tonight.
It's all American.
Pretty plain sailing for Ben Shelton.
Success takes desire.
Oh, sensational. Severo at his best.
It hurts.
And it is a game that slips away.
It doubters.
Thanks for staying with us. 3 months after a 7.3 magnitude earthquake hit Vanuatu's capital, Port Vila, recovery efforts for many have been slow. Many businesses remain shut and others are still in danger from damaged buildings.
Streets are normally full of life, and now they're completely empty.
Like a coaster, nobody lives here.
It could be years until Port Vila's CPT is functioning normally. 260 buildings have been earmarked for demolition.
This is pulling Vanuatu backwards, 30, 40, 50 years back.
But the newly sworn-in Prime Minister says he wants the area open for business.
I've told the private sector that the sooner the better. They are proposing June. I said, no, I want it open now.
He's announced a 100-day plan with funding for demolitions and to support impacted businesses. But progress has been slow and the damaged buildings still pose a risk to people. This widow and grandmother is living in the shadow of a damaged building she worries could collapse at any moment.
We're not sleeping well. I don't know how, but we just live like this.
The building's owner wants her to move elsewhere so they can demolish.
It's where she brought up the children, so she doesn't know where she's going to relocate to.
Some say there is still a lack of urgency from the government.
We expect them to start helping people, not just talking.
The challenges of recovery come as Vanuatu grapples with a weak economy and chronic political instability. But even for the worst affected, there is still hope. Cyril Menke's cousin was killed in the quake.
How are you feeling?
Oh, well, I think everyone's broken. Everyone's broken, but Vanuatu, we are resilient people.
The Prime Minister and opposition leader have launched a forceful defense of Australia's pharmaceutical benefits scheme, declaring it is not for sale. America's powerful drug lobby has thrown the PBS into the president's sight as he prepares for a new round of tariffs. It comes as Labour unveils a pledge to make medicines on the scheme cheaper.
Dispensing some pre-election sweeteners.
I got lollies here for some reason. Yeah. Here you go. Sugar. Don't say I've never given you anything.
The Prime Minister's giving Australians some hip pocket relief at the pharmacy.
Today, we will ensure that the price of medicines is cut even further.
From January next year, the maximum price of a script for PBS-listed medicines will fall from $31.60 to $25. The price for pensioners, unchanged.
The same price that it was in 2004, more than 20 years ago.
The nearly $700 million plan will be accounted for in next week's budget and follows a succession of big spending health commitments, quickly matched by the coalition.
We'll continue to support those essential services that Australians rely on.
But a threat is looming. As Donald Trump prepares to unleash his next round of sweeping tariffs, the PBS has been thrown into the spotlight.
I will stand up and defend the PBS, which is the envy of the world, against any attempt to undermine its integrity, including by major pharmaceutical companies.
The PBS subsidises the cost of more than 900 essential medicines. The government, as the main purchaser, uses its heft to negotiate the best price. American drug makers hate it and want the president to retaliate by slapping tariffs on Australia's $2 billion worth of medical exports to the US.
It's not surprising that there is a push and some opposition to the PBS. But let me be very clear and explicit. The pharmaceutical benefit scheme is not for sale.
Australia doesn't impose any tariffs on American goods, but with a protectionist president in the White House, US lobby groups across a range of sectors are venting long-standing grievances with what they see as Australia's non-tariff trade barriers. Such is the sacrosanct nature of the PBS that both leaders are vowing to protect it, but neither can predict what Donald Trump will do.
I will seek to meet President Trump in Washington in the early days of a Dutton coalition government.
External, unexpected and often unwelcome events are likely to shape this campaign.
We're just doing a press conference.
Mr. Dutton, why are you lying?
The challenge will be to maintain focus and continue.
Notre Dame students and staff are still grappling with a number of issues more than 7 weeks after a cyber attack on the university's computer systems. The university says it's providing regular updates and extra support, but the sector's union claims it's not enough.
A chaotic start to the school year, still dragging on almost 2 months later.
The first 4 weeks of semester, so no lectures, no classes, anything like that, just kind of stuck behind and no hearing from the uni, just pretty much in the dark.
A lot of kids were rocking up and didn't even know where they were going for their first week, which was quite stressful for us, especially people who have never been to uni before.
In late January, about 3 weeks from the start of its first semester, the University of Notre Dame was hit by a cyber attack, crippling its IT systems. But an onslaught of problems remain, with many still reporting issues around enrolling, submitting assignments and uncertainty over graduation.
Every single step of the enrolment process was affected by the issue, and no one really knew what was going on, and I couldn't really get an update of anything because even the staff don't know what's happening.
In a statement, the university says it took immediate action, setting up face-to-face one-stop shop support hubs on campus to assist students with IT issues and keeping all those affected informed with regular updates. But the National Tertiary Education Union has criticised the response, calling for more support for frustrated staff.
There seems to be, dare I say, a bunker mentality from senior management. There's they don't want to engage with staff directly in terms of a review, which makes it problematic.
The university says it will conduct a post-incident review in due course.
More torrential rain has struck North Queensland, further delaying the region's recovery. The current threat of flooding has subsided, but weary residents are being told to stay alert.
A key North Queensland bridge now a mangled mess. After another day's long deluge, Magnetic Island's infrastructure is crumbling.
The island copped over 172 mils last night, and that is causing all kinds of headaches for us.
The bridge was shattered in last month's flooding emergency. Unable to withstand yet another downpour, it's been reduced to rubble.
We do understand that there is frustration over there, but after speaking with the council just now, we know that it is a priority for them.
The North Queensland region copped a powerful overnight drenching on top of already record-breaking rain yesterday.
Cardwell Gap has recorded 453 millimetres, which is a new March daily rainfall record for that location.
The sugarcane shire is sodden again. Ingham residents woke to a sheet of water.
It just feels like it's all happening again, eh?
Cafe owner Dominic Zaghini was hit hard in last month's flooding emergency.
We lost over $50,000 worth of stock at the front.
With access to the lower Herbert Cut, he'll have to spend the night on his cafe kitchen floor.
I snuck in this morning. I went home and had a rest in my own bed last night, and the rain just didn't stop.
He's not the only frustrated commuter left stranded. The Bruce Highway is cut yet again.
I went in town in the first place to work, and now I'll be stuck here.
Definitely surrounded by this, and I'm not sure if it's even safe to stay in the van and stuff because of all the wetlands, so probably have to fork out some money on a hotel.
The Weather Bureau has cancelled the severe weather warning for North Queensland's tropical coast. The local councils want residents to stay alert. Sand is still available for people who are worried about the rain that's to come in the days ahead.
Back home, despite the demonstration of strong financial performance in 2024, NASFund Chief Executive Officer Rajiv Sharma this morning at a breakfast event highlighted the fund's challenges. Among the challenges faced is the withdrawal of savings by young members just after 3 months or a year of unemployment.
The National Superannuation Fund, commonly known as NASFund, recently announced its strong financial results for 2024, where the fund delivered positive returns for over 715,000 members. This morning, at a breakfast event, NASFund Chief Executive Officer Rajiv Sharma highlighted the fund's challenges despite its demonstrated strong financial performance in 2024.
In the portfolio, we sit at 17% of the portfolio, which is overseas, and that 17% of the portfolio is still 8% less than board's target of 25%. And Act allows up to 35% of portfolio to be overseas. So definitely we are 8% short, but 8% looks not very large, but in terms of monetary value, on 8 billion, 8% is roughly 640 million. So if there is a FX available, so we could probably send 650 million to be remain within our SA mark.
Sharma raised concerns regarding a common practice of member withdrawals from their super, stating that many young people make withdrawals from their super accounts after 3 months of unemployment or a year, affecting their overall savings.
Or somewhere there is a young employees. What do you do with them? With young employees, that's the previous slide we show them that if you're 25-year-old, please don't withdraw money. Just keep putting the money as it is required by law, and when you retire, you will have a decent fund there.
Meanwhile, chairlady for the NASFund Board of Directors, Tamsin Wardley underscored taxation woes faced by super funds in the country.
We are taxed annually as the fund earns income, and then again as the benefits are finally paid out. All of the superannuation funds here in PNG are fighting for lower taxation. So we were very happy when the PNG budget announced the reduction of taxation on exit for long-term contributors from 2% to 0%, but we still have a long way to go.
According to NASFund's audited results for 2024, the fund recorded impressive growth across key financial indicators, reflecting its stability and the increase in confidence of workers in the superannuation system. These results include a 4% growth with 27,704 new members added in 2024, net asset value of 8.1 billion kina, and 839 million kina interest credited to members with an annual interest crediting rate of 11.75%, reflecting strong investment returns. Maricela Calaton, TV1 News.
Furthermore, Wardley, when providing her views about both the national and global economies, she expressed a genuine concern of confusion.
Finally, every speech these days has a section on the future of PNGs or even the global economy. Well, I am as confused as everybody else. At NASFund, we just ride the waves. Our balanced portfolio helps to ensure that we make the best returns possible, but we are not immune to the events that impact everybody here. Our current strategy, therefore, is to ensure that what we can impact, our internal workings and processes, is what we are focusing on.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
We are the people, connected to our land and sea. Timeless and enduring, it has served past generations, sustains us today, and will support those of tomorrow. A testament to human ingenuity, it can be shaped into limitless forms. It reflects our humanity, strong yet vulnerable. It teaches us to endure challenges to fulfill our purpose. Past technologies inspire us to look inward for creativity and sustainable solutions for the future. It brings families together, fostering moments of connection over shared meals. Known and cherished worldwide, the clay pot is a universal symbol of life, resilience, and connection.
Your TV is about to burst with more channels. Catch live sports events. Be informed with international news.
US officials are worried that this could...
Sit back and enjoy the blockbuster movies.
You need to stop this.
I don't work for you.
Or let your kids enjoy all their favorite cartoons and many more exciting channels now available on your Digicel 60-channel prepaid pack. Subscribe now to a 60-channel Digicel TV prepaid pack. 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan and enjoy 60 channels of world-class entertainment. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
Welcome back. As the countdown to the Palau Pacific Mini Games continues, Athletics PNG is making significant progress in its preparations. Terry Longwood with this update.
President Tony Green has expressed optimism about the recently announced PNG squad of 38 athletes, many of whom are currently training both domestically and internationally. 13 athletes are currently training at the National Sports Institute in Goroka, with Green expressing gratitude for their ongoing support. For the late training group, 6 athletes are training there, along with a contingent from Port Moresby, including standout athlete Robert Orr, while 6 para-athletes are in training with coaches Dorcas Pilakos and Jackie Travats.
And we're looking at getting the athletes over to Manila early in May for the Philippine Open Championships. We don't expect to be sending additional athletes to the Australian National Championships this year because they're in Perth, which obviously is an added challenge for us with the extra cost involved in getting over to Perth.
For athletes training abroad, 5 male athletes are running in the United States and include Timothy Tuna, Adolf Kauba, Johnny Bai, Emmanuel Anis, and Israel Takab. They are scheduled for their first competition this weekend.
The 5 boys going really well at New Mexico Junior College. Timothy Tuna, Adolf Kauba, Johnny Bai, Emmanuel Anis and Israel Takab. They'll have their first competition this weekend, as will Alphonse Igish over in Kansas. Alphonse preparing for the 110-meter hurdles. And of course we've also got the 3 girls in the US, Mary Tengi, Leonie Boo and Isila Apkop.
On the upcoming competitions, President Green said APNG plans to conduct trial competitions in Port Moresby and Goroka next month, allowing the athletes to fine-tune their performances before heading to the Filipino Open Championships in early May. Regarding participation in the Australian Championships in mid-April, Green noted only 3 athletes, Pius Whistle, Adrian Monagi, and Lakona Gerega, will attend due to logistical challenges associated with getting to Perth. The President is pleased with the overall preparations of Athletics PNG as they gear up for the Palau Pacific Mini Games. With continued dedication and commitment from athletes and support staff, APNG aims to be a successful outing in June. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Meantime, Green highlighted the achievement of Pius Whistle, who recently set a new national record in the 100-meter and is set to compete in the World Indoor Championships this weekend in the 60-meter event.
Pius Whistle, obviously been in the news lately, going really well and setting a new national record in the 100 meters. Pius is attending the World Indoor Championships this week, so he'll be competing this afternoon in Nanjing in the 60 meters.
The PNG Garamoots under-19 team departed for Australia today for their trial matches against Brisbane's under-19 cricket teams as part of preparations ahead of their ICC T20 under-19 World Cup qualifier division for East Asia Pacific.
The PNG under-19 Garamoots departed for Australia today with hopes to make a statement in this tour as Cricket PNG expects the best from its young cricketers. Prior to their departure, the team spent a good time in the training and preparation camp. Cricket PNG's CEO Richard Dunn said this tour provides them the opportunity to prove themselves. They are ready to challenge for a 2026 Under-19 World Cup participation. The Garamoots Brisbane tour includes 450-over matches, including 2 midweek back-to-back matches, as will be the case in the Division 1 qualifier. The game starts on Monday, March 24th and on Sunday, March 30th. The PNG Garamoots will be once again under the captainship of Gabba Frank, who is now living and playing cricket in Australia. Frank has been a good leader for the team on and off the pitch. He was amongst the best players in the competition in Samoa game. The team will be under the guidance of new coach Kila Pala, who took over the role from Jack Vare. This will be Pala's first outing with the Garamoots, although he had been involved with the PNG junior cricket team in the past. This Brisbane tour is crucial lead-up preparation for the ICC Men's Under-19 Cricket World Cup East Asia Pacific Division 1 qualifier in Japan next month. Their performance in this tour will be a good indicator of their form heading into the World Cup qualifier. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
The East New Britain Egmark Warriors are preparing for the 2025 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup season with significant events on the horizon. The selection process for the final roster begins this Saturday with a trial match at the Gelegele Sports Field. This match will provide the opportunity for players to demonstrate their skills and impress the coaching staff.
The Gurriers regional training squad comprised 41 players who underwent nearly 2 months of preseason training. The final roster will now be narrowed down to 35 players. The strategic selection process aims to balance the introduction of new talent with the expertise of seasoned players. Under the leadership of rookie coach Warto Poara Jr. and assistants Joe Bruno and Jesse Alunga, the Gurriers are set to benefit from the experience of former PNG Hunters and Wynnum Manly Seagulls forward Kitron Laka, who will now anchor the Gurriers forward pack this season. He will be joined by notable off-season recruits including Ox Jacob from the Mount Hagen Eagles, Lucky Mondo from the Baris, and Mel Karap from the Wagitumbe, among others. Following the trial match, the Gurriers have scheduled a preparatory match against the Debaris in Port Moresby for the weekend after the trials. This match will be crucial for fine-tuning strategies and fostering team dynamics as the team approaches their official season launch on April 12 and 13, 2025. Coach Poara is committed to developing younger talents while retaining vital experienced players from last season. This approach ensures a well-rounded team with a mix of new energy and strategic experience. Emerging young talents promoted from the Gurriers development squad include Zach Selu, Derek Voku, and Colin Tokau, among others. Returning Gurriers include Johnson Simon, John Ruggie, and Regan Naipau, with 8 others. The Gurriers' preparation for the upcoming season reflects a strategic blend of seasoned expertise and youthful potential. The upcoming trial match and subsequent preparations will play a vital role in shaping a competitive team ready to take on the challenges of the 2025 season. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern. Port Moresby becoming cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorm. Momase, lay fine, then becoming cloudy this evening with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Madang, partly cloudy with chances of brief showers at times and possible thunderstorm in the evening. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, partly cloudy with chances of few showers, rain drizzles, and Kavieng, mostly fine. Highlands region, Mount Hagen, mostly cloudy with rain and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea, sea slight with easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Seas, sea smooth with northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Seas, sea smooth to slight with northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate with northeast winds of 10 to 20 knots with gusts. And coastal waters forecast, waters of Hood Point to Summer Island, Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, to Horn Gulf to Finchefin, sea 0.5 to 1 meter. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, sea 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And that wraps up the news tonight. Have a safe weekend. Good night.
The Tvwan News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.